what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an updated brow routine. I have been meaning to do this because I changed up some of the things that I use and stuff like that. My last tutorial I was using a pomade, which at the time was my favorite way to apply brows. Since then I have ventured out into pencils and they're my absolute favorite at the moment. So I still do like to use the pomade, but I think if I were to use the pomade, like whenever I was gonna go out or something and I need really nice defined brows, I would do the same steps as that video and then incorporate some of the things that I'm going to show you today. So anyway, I'm going to go into full detail about how I do it. It's going to be a voiceover just because, I mean, who can do their eyebrows and talk while doing them? Like, let's get real. If you guys are wondering, this is day 6 with my septum. I am able to flip it up and down. It doesn't hurt anymore. I'm not going to change it yet. This is the one that I was talking about. It's huge and I freaking hate it. I bought a little teeny one. I bought 3 little small ones, so I can't wait to change it so it's not going to be all up here and in my way while I'm talking. It's just yeah, I have to change it. But I wanted to flip it down to give it, some movement. So I'm going to show you guys the things that I'm using in the video. So the brow pencils that I use at the moment currently, now listen to me, at the moment I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Dark Brown. The only reason why I'm using this is because I'm trying to finish it. I literally actually just purchased this, and just recently I tried the NYX Microbrow pencils, and this is the exact same thing as this for $10, and this is $21 or something like that. The form of it, the way that it comes packaged, the way that it goes up and then retracts back down, it has a spoolie at the end. The color range is the same as ABH. It's really weird and it's freaking awesome because they're $10. Ulta always has buy one get one half off. They have that $3 off $10 coupon, so you can get this for $6.50, the NYX one. So anyway, the only reason why I'm using this one is because I have this in dark brown. I do use 2 shades to do my eyebrows, and I'm just using this one because dark brown is practically the same as brunette in the next one, but I don't want to open this one until I finish this one, but it is literally the same thing. I'm using dark brown for the ends, and then for the inner part of my brows I am using the NYX Microbrow pencil in the shade medium ash, or ash brown. I always say medium ash. Wow, I just noticed that it's not even medium ash, it's ash brown. I'm sorry you guys. So it's ash brown is the one that I'm using for the inner corner. So it's still that very nice cool toned brown, but it is a little bit lighter for the inner corner, so it's not so harsh. I do use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I do really like this. I think that if you have thicker brow hair, this is going to be your best friend because I have really thin brow hair, and for some reason it holds them in place, but not as much as I would like them to. I actually like their Lash Genius better to set my eyebrows. So. And then to clean up my eyebrows, yes, I do clean them up with concealer now. I use my MAC Studio Finish, what is this? The Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NC30. NC30 is my foundation shade. I just like to use the same color because I don't want anything that's sometimes you can really see people's eyebrows carved out, and I hate that look. I personally do not like that. If you like that, then go ahead and get a shade or 2 lighter than your natural skin tone color, but I like skin tone colored carvings, and I go in with a, shadow to carve it out anyway. So yeah, I just use my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NC30, the same shade as my foundations. To clean them up, I use my MAC 231 brush. This is the best brush to clean up your eyebrows with, you guys, because it's very stiff and very small, and it's curved perfectly at the top, so it just fits perfectly right underneath that curve there to really straighten out your eyebrows. And you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about in the video. I have been carving my eyebrows for a month now, and I'm addicted to it. It makes such a difference. I can't go anywhere without carving my eyebrows now. I absolutely love, love, love to do it. So anyway, those are all the products and things that I use. If you guys would like to see my updated brow routine, then please keep watching. Also, if you haven't seen my old brow routine, because those are still really great tips and I still apply those, but basically it's something a little bit different just because I have pencil products as opposed to pomade gel products. So that's why it's different, but they're both very useful, helpful brow tutorials. It's just that they're a little different because I changed the shape of my eyebrow a little bit and use different stuff. So anyway, let's just get right into it. Bye! So I'm starting off by just combing out my eyebrows, and I like to comb them outward and just a little bit upward because they're kind of shaped like that. I'm just using a spoolie, or you can use the one at the end of the brow pencil. So I am starting off with the darker of the two brow pencils because I like to start off with the ends of my brows. So I'm just doing very light strokes right above my brow, and I'm following the natural hairline. You always want to follow your natural hairline because that's going to flatter you the most, because that's how your eyebrows were created. And I take it very lightly at the beginning of the inner part of the brow, and then I start to define it a little bit more as I get to the end part. And as you guys can see, I'm kind of like missing here at the top part of the end of my brows, so I really like to round it out. And then you see me here brushing the hair upward to expose the bottom part of the brow to straighten it out, because the way my eyebrow hairs are shaped and go down, it's really hard to see. So I always like to brush it up and expose the bald line, if you know what I mean, and then fill it in lightly with that dark brown pencil. So now going in with the lighter of the two brow pencils, I'm doing the inner part. So I start off by just tracing a line, like a continuous line, right at the bottom part of my brow, and then I like to flick it upward. This pencil's really light, and it just doesn't, the color is like perfect, so it doesn't come out too harsh, so I kind of just stroke it upward and create sort of a square shape in the beginning, and then I like to fill in the brow. And I always wipe, I don't know why, it's just a habit of wiping the inner part of my brows to give them a softer look. So now we're cleaning with concealer. I'm starting off at the beginning of the brow, and I'm just cleaning right underneath it, a nice straight line so that everything looks very nice and sculpted. Make sure you wipe before you dip your product back into the concealer, and which I always do for the outer part. And look at your point right there. Wipe again, and then I go back in with the concealer because I do have a scar there, so I like to conceal it a little extra. But I do this in like 2 to 3 parts, and then I take the side of the brush to blend out that harsh line. This is why this brush is so ideal. And then I just quickly set my eyebrows, and then I just highlight with an eyeshadow, whether it be matte or shimmery. So I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!